JuJu Watkins scores 21 as number 6 USC women's basketball wins Big Ten debut. Eugene, Oregon. JuJu Watkins scored 21 points to lead number 6 USC to a 66-53 win over Oregon in the Big Ten debut for both women's basketball teams Saturday. Watkins was 6 for 15 from the field, including 3 of 9 on three-pointers in 28 minutes, before fouling out. Kiki Iriafen added 17 points and 12 rebounds for the Trojans' 8-1, 1-0 Big Ten. Deja Kelly scored 16 points and Peyton Scott added 13 to lead the Ducks, 7-3, 0-1. Kelly helped put Oregon up 13-12 after the first quarter, but USC held the Ducks scoreless for more than 5 minutes to start the second quarter while scoring 18 straight points. Watkins had a 7-point run of her own within that span. The Trojans never trailed again, using a 28-6 second quarter to build a 40-19 halftime lead, with 15 points from Watkins. Scott opened the third quarter with 4 straight points, but USC responded with 5 straight points right and kept the lead in double digits the rest of the way. USC out-rebounded Oregon 45-31, including 34 defensive rebounds. The Trojans are averaging nearly 12 more rebounds per game than their opponents on the season. USC returns to non-conference play over the next 3 weeks, including a trip to number 2 UConn. Next up is Fresno State on Tuesday night at the Galen Center. Oregon women's basketball falters in second quarter to drop Big Ten opener versus number 6 USC. Though the Oregon women's basketball team put up a good fight in the first frame, it was on the wrong end. A huge run by the number 6 USC Trojans Saturday afternoon at Matthew Knight Arena and fell in its Big Ten opener 66-53. The Ducks 7-3, 0-1 Big Ten, led by a point after one quarter, but were outscored 28-6 in the second and trailed 40-19 at halftime. That deficit proved to be too much to overcome in a conference opening loss against one of the nation's best teams. Oregon shot just 2 for 18 in the second quarter and was outscored 17-0 before it finally scored points over halfway through the frame. "We had one really bad quarter, and it was really bad," Oregon coach Kelly Graves said. Oregon's hot start to the first, which saw them lead 9-3 in the early going, featured a swarming defense that kept USC stars JuJu Watkins and Kiki Iriafen in check, blitzing the star guard Watkins and doubling the post Iriafen whenever the pair touched the ball. That swarming defense disappeared in the second. "There's 2 things that you can always control as an individual, and that's your energy and your effort," Oregon guard Deja Kelly said. "We had some drop-offs from an individual standpoint and a team standpoint, and that just can't happen." Still, the Ducks were encouraged with how they played outside of that one quarter. Oregon outscored the Trojans in each of the other 3 frames. Kelly scored 16 points, Peyton Scott added 13 points, and sophomore Ari Long scored 10 points off the bench. Oregon held Watkins to 21 points on 6 for 15 shooting from the field, and Iriafen scored 17 points and had 12 rebounds. Former Oregon State star Talia von Oelhoffen had 11 points and a trio of 3-pointers.